In the Wichita Mountains of Oklahoma, we find a pterosaur which has become pretty common about everywhere, and it's known as a Tupandactylus. These medium-sized pterosaurs are a very close relative to Tapejara. Both medium-sized pterosaurs were known for the large crests on their head. Tupandactylus, however, definitely had the bigger of the two. But besides its crest, its face ornamentation, like a little spot on its beak, is also very notable, and Tapejara does not have it. The Tupandactylus is very similar to a mountain goat in that it is very capable of climbing large rocky mountain faces. Similar to the goats as well, it really doesn't have a very good build for climbing these large mountain tops, but still, it does it with ease. But to their credit, they take full advantage of this weird adaptation, as most of their life is actually spent up here. Many pterosaur nests lay up in these rocks, and all of them come from the Tupandactylus. Field mice and rabbits also lay up in here, and both are main menu items for our pterosaur. Ironically though, this is not the mating ground for the Tupandactylus, but instead, that title belongs to a large rock face in Canada. This spot in Vancouver has shown to be very popular for not only Tupandactyluses, but also a vast variety of other pterosaurs as well. But in this environment, the Tupandactyluses have become the top predators. Almost all of the Tupandactyluses notably have a very unique crest on their head. This trait helps them identify each other, but even more notably, similar to the Geosternbergia, Tupandactylus crests also matter on sexual dimorphism. Males' crests are significantly larger than the females. For example, this specimen that we've been following the entire episode is a male. Not only does the crest give it away, but the colors of the crest are also an identifier. Tupandactylus males have an incredibly bright red on their crest, meanwhile females lack this. Females also don't have the large black circles around the eyes, and they also don't have the large hammer-like end to the bottom side of the beak. The Tupandactylus is a very good example of sexual dimorphism amongst pterosaurs, which seems to be even more prominent than dinosaurs. Only a couple select species of dinos have shown any sort of level of dimorphism like this amongst genders. This level of identification is very strange to see, but possibly even more strange to see in pterosaurs. Most people see them as the dinosaurs of the sky, large screeching and flapping monsters who have nothing else on their mind besides eating things. But in reality, they were probably a very classified group of animals who had a lot of uniqueness amongst themselves. And the Tupandactylus doesn't even flap. This is an animal that uses wind currents to help it fly. It gives it a much more stable speed to where it can eye down anything that's on the ground for it to possibly eat. But their eyes don't need that much help. Their eyesight is classified as possibly being some of the best of any pterosaur that we've ever seen. And even if the slow speed isn't really their style, they can easily switch it up. These guys are very aerodynamic. They can dive at incredibly immense speeds that match even some fighter jets. Some scientists even think that Tupandactylus might be the fastest of all pterosaurs, although there is some debate on that. Others believe that Hatzegopteryx, a much larger Asdarchid pterosaur, is the one that holds that title. These debaters also say that the large crest of the Tupandactylus holds it down, but there's actually a lot more evidence that says otherwise. There are times when the wind currents can become too powerful, so the crests are meant to slow them down somewhat. But they can also fluctuate in size, so this can help them actually get faster. That's all I have on the Tupandactylus. Thank you all for watching, and next time we'll be talking about a long-necked plesiosaur, and probably the most famous one. But until then, if something chases you, run.